This conference will now be recorded.
So 8-8. I gave 8 minutes for everyone to make sure that they join. As for this week, we'll be on online mode. All the offline guys also needs to join on online mode. Right? So we waited for 8 minutes. Now it's the time for us to start. Today, the first topic that we are going to see, which is very important, would be how to connect your logic to a Visualforce page. Right? Now let's understand with the help of a diagram first. Right. So let's assume that you have written a class. This is a class. And here, let's assume that we have the Visualforce page. I'm not using mouse, so it might take a little time for me to draw this page. Visualforce page, VF. Here you have enter first number, enter second number, enter third number, and then you have even, okay, and odd. And I'm going to do this today so that everyone will get a fair idea. Finally, where this class is used, Rupam, right? We have been writing logics and we have been calling those logics, right, from Apex, but actually we don't call it from Apex. The final aim of writing these, right, is to call from a page where you have an UI. The main aim of writing all these logic is to call it from a UI, user interface. And that's what I'm doing now, right? Keep watching. To stop train, pull chain, right? There we go. The UI might not be appropriate. I mean, because I'm using what do you call the laptop touch, the keypad. So I might not be able to draw it properly. So bear with me. So CALCULAT. Now this is what the UI looks. And user comes and enter the data here called 56, 77, 49. He comes here and he says that, okay, what I'm saying even and odd. He comes and he uses that I want a greater. It's not even and odd. Delete. It's greater. And then, right, on the other side, there's another choice called odd, which I'm removing it and I'm replacing with smaller. Whenever he hits the calculate, system will say, write the result, right? And automatically, system should go ahead and place the greater number, 77. This is how it should work. Now, Rupam, how this will work? Let's understand the whole diagram first. Here, you're writing a logic. Public, I'm writing the whole class now in this. Public class GRATR greater SMLR NUM num. That's the class, right? My class starts, my class ends. Inside the class, I will say public public integer num1, right? Public integer num2, public integer num3, public integer result. And then let's assume that, because I don't have a space to write, so I have a logic. Public void main master. I should have one more. Public string choice. Public string choice. Right? This is how it'll look. This is the method, and inside this method, if choice equals to this, and you'll have void GRATR greater. This is a private method. It cannot be accessed by outsider. Void SMALLE smaller. Outsider cannot access this. Outsider cannot access it. And the class ends. Right? And the class ends. Here, based on the choice, you will call. Everyone clear? Anybody has any question? I gave you the structure of the class, how will it look? We have been writing this structure since last week. So I don't think that you guys will get a surprise here. Everyone is fine. Anyone has any problem with the structure? Right,
No,
perfect.
sir.
Now,
Actually,
yes, tell me.
actually, we cannot give the integer result to public.
Why we can't give?
Result it gives the program execute. You can directly give the result only.
When the program will execute, we'll execute. No, so yes, we can give. There's nothing that we can't give.
Okay,
Understood the structure? What we can give, what we cannot give, you leave it on me. First, I'm just
okay,
asking you, are you clear with the structure?
okay, okay.
Now, remember that whatever the number that you enter in 56 has to go to the num1. Whatever the number that you enter in 77 has to go to num2. Whatever the number that you enter in, right, 49 has to go to num3. Remember that whenever you're taking something from the page to a class, page to a class, page to a class, we call them as set, also known as setter, set. What is that? Visual force, I will say external to class. Whenever a data is coming from an external source to a class, visual force is an outsider. We are not writing the program inside the class. Visual force is a separate program. It's within the Salesforce only, within the same colony, but it's a different house. Whereas class is a different house. Whenever you have something from external to class, we use setter. External to class, we use set. All the three are set, including the last one. This choice also has to go to the choice. It is set. It is set. Anybody has any question? Right? How to use it, I'll show you. Whenever a data is going from an external source to a class, you have to declare set. Whenever, for example, the result, I'm changing the color. Finally, the result will be displayed here. Whenever a data is going from a class to external, like this direction, class to external, class to external. Earlier it was external to class. Now it's opposite. From a class, I'm sending a data to a external entity, whichever is calling. Then we say get, also called as getter. Getters and setters. Getters and setters. What is a get? From a class to a page, from a class to a Visualforce component, from a class to a Lightning component, to a class to an external third-party URL. We call them as get. Whenever we send the data from a page to a class, from a Lightning component to a class, from a Facebook to a Salesforce class, we use set, setter, setter. Setter is external to class. Getter is class to external component. Get, set, getter, setter, get, set, getter, setter. Clear, everyone? Anyone has any question on this structure first? Anyone has any questions? Get, set. Today's topic, get set. Everyone clear? Start writing. Page control. Put a heading called as page controls. Page controls. Start writing. Salesforce command, Salesforce command, Salesforce command that controls the transaction of a data. Salesforce command that controls the transaction of a data. Salesforce command that controls the transaction of a data from an external source to an internal class. From an external source to an internal class is called action control. Is called action controls. Is called action controls.
So,
Right?
sir, repeat again. Can you repeat again?
I'm repeating two times, double times I'm repeating. How many times you want me to repeat? Right? When you're writing it, I'm already repeating 2-3 times. Right? Am I not? Somebody please repeat the statement, please.
Salesforce command
Salesforce
that
command.
Go ahead. Apex command.
Salesforce command
Salesforce.
that controls the transaction of the data from an external source to an internal class is called action control.
Can you repeat that again?
Yes, sir. Salesforce command that controls the transaction of a data from an external source to an internal class is called action control.
Correct. Now, next line. Action control consists of three. Action control consists of three elements. Number one, get. Number two, set. Number three, page reference. Number one, get or called getter. Number two, set or setter. Number three, page reference. Get, set, page reference. Get, set, page reference. Now write. First, put get. What is a get? Let's understand. Right? Get. From a class to an external source is called get. From a class to an external source is called get, also known as getter. from a class to an external source is called get, also known as getter. Next, set. From an external source to a class is called set. From an external source to a class is called set, bracket setter, S-E-T-T-E-R, setters, right? Next, page reference. Page reference. Calling a logic or diversion of a page. Calling a logic or diversion of a page. Calling a logic or diversion of a page is called page reference. Is called page reference. Is called page reference. Perfect. Now let us see this. Right? Rupam @of117.com, password CRM1234 hash. Right? Now I'm logging to my Salesforce. Let it come. There we go. I click on my setup. I click on developer console. Keep watching. I can write the page first, then I can write the class. I can write a page first and then I can write a class. Or I can write a class first and then I can write a page. Anything I can write anywhere. Right? So let us write the class. File, new, Apex class. CL underscore 2211 underscore example1 underscore, right? Underscore GRATR greater SMLR, right? Greater, smaller, get set. I'm writing the same program again, right? So that you guys, right, as of now, right, you guys get adjusted with the programming. Now, public, 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 INTEG, integer num1. This is actually, right, we are bringing the data from a page to a class. So it should be set like this here to declare. Like this here to declare. Next, public integer num2. That is also set, set, set. Next, public integer num3, right? Num3. This is also set because from an external page, from an external source, the data has to come here. Whenever a data come here, we bring the data inside the logic, then we use set. Next, public string choice, set. Next, public, right, integer result. Result will be get. From a page, from a class to a page is get. See, get. This is the way you will declare. This is the way you will declare. Right? I say Control S, no error. I have 4 sets, 1 get. Everyone clear? Everyone clear? Yes or no?
It's clear.
Yes, sir.
This is the structure. Now, rather than get, right, set, why can't I write get set Rupam? This is available. In other words, This is available for input and output. In other words, right, this is input, I-N-P-U-T. This is output, O-U-T-P-U-T. You can see that? Set our inputs, get our outputs. Set our inputs, you give the input value. Set our inputs, whereas get our outputs. See? So why can't I write get set, get set, get set? Why can't I write get set or set get? You can write in any sequence. See? Now I'm saying this is available for input and output. You can write like this also. In real time, we write like this. Right? In real time, we write both. You can write in any sequence, guys. There is nothing that you have to write set first, get last, or get first, set first. No, it can be anything. Rupam, is it result is an output? Is it that I have to say get first and then set? No, you can put set first and get next. No issues at all. Set get or get set, both are same. That means these data is available for input and output. Input and output, input and output, input and output, input and output. Now, my logic remains same. Public, 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 right? Void, right? CLCULAT and calculation, master. Rupam, is it that master word has to be used? No. Void, void, greater. There's a one more method. And that is not a public method. That's a non-public method. That means it's a private method. Void. That means you cannot call it from outsider. No outsider can call greater or smaller because there is no public keyword in front of it. Only when you are whenever you have a public keyword, then only it can be called by an external methods. Right? Now I will say if choice equals to GRA GRT greater, then call the greater program. If choice equals to greater, then call the greater program. Else if choice is equals to SMLR, then call smaller program. Call smaller program. Else set the result to 0. Result equals to 0. Everybody is able to understand? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All the non-programmers, everyone, each and every person in the class. If you keep quiet, then later don't blame me.
Yes.
Each and every one in the class. Perfect. Greater, smaller. Now I will write greater and smaller program as usual. If now we are in the greater. If num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3, then result equals to num1 because the greater number is num1. I'm storing in the result. Next, else if, right? Let us go up. Else if, mute please. Num2 is greater than num1 and num2 is greater than num3. Then result. Which is the greater number? Num2 is the greater number. R-E-S-U-L-T. Result. R-E-S-U-L-T. Result equals to num2. Result equals to num2. Else, result equals to num3. See, finally, you're storing the greater number in the result, and that result, I'm taking it back to the page. Whatever is stored in this value, it will go back to the page. How are you calculating the result? We are calculating the result here in these places, greater number. Same program, I will copy. Tell here. Control C, Control V. In the place of greater, I will change the symbol to smaller. If num1 is smaller than num2, num1 is smaller than num3, then smaller number is num1 and it will be stored in the result. If num2 is smaller than num1, if num2 is smaller than num3, then obviously between num1 and num3, 2 is smaller, so 2 is smaller. Else, smaller is num3. My class is over. My logic is over. No change in the logic that we have written since Friday to Monday. The only change is that we have added an extra get set to it. We have added extra get set or set get to it. Other than this, there is no change. Rupam, are you writing a rocket? No. It was the same plane that I discussed. I've been writing again every time in your class. In the same plane, right? I've just added two more keywords called get set or set get. Perfect. My class is completely written. Control S, no error. Now I click on File. I click on New. I click on Visual Force page. VF underscore, right? 2211 underscore example 1 underscore greater smaller underscore get set. That is CL. This is VF, Visual Force page. There's a difference. I will say here now. How can you connect a page to your logic? You will use a word called as controller. Apex page controller, not standard controller. Standard controller will connect to the table. Standard controllers will connect to a table. Whereas the controller keyword will connect to a class. Controller equals to the class name. Controller equals to the class name. See? Apex page controller equals to CL class 22nd 11 22nd November example 1 greater smaller get set. Now inside the class I will say Apex form. Apex form. Why form? Why form? Right? Because you're going to have an input. Inside that, Apex page block. Page block. Page block. Title. Title equals to CALCULATOR, calculator. Inside the page block, Apex page block section. Page block section. Title equals to greater or SMALL, smaller. Calculator greater or smaller. Next, inside that, Apex INPUT Apex input text. Label equals to enter. Hey, just give me a second here. Perfect. I'm back. Enter first number. Whatever the data you enter here, I want it to be passed to number 1. I will say value equals to exclamation, the variable that you declared, num1, because that's a get set variable. So you can call it from here. Control V, num1. Similarly, I have 3 inputs. I'll copy this. Control C. Everyone can hear me? Is it crystal clear? Enter second number. Enter third number. Whatever you enter in the second number, it has to go to num2. Control C. Value equals to num2. Whatever you enter in the third number, that has to be sent to the class as number 3. Num3. See? Num1, num2, num3. Enter first number, enter second number, enter third number. Then I will have a choice. Apex, select radio. I want a radio box, right? Apex, select radio. Label, select your choice. Select your choice, right? Next, value. Value, whatever the choice you select, that has to be passed to the page, that has to be passed to the Apex class. Value equals to exclamation, and the variable here is choice. Please enter your choice. Inside that, there are 2 choices. Apex, right? Apex, right? SELECT, select option, right? Item label equals to GRATER. Whenever somebody clicks on it, system will return item value. Item value is equals to GRT. Because if the choice is equals to GRT, then system will understand it's a greater. Because I am not writing further programming, so I can close it there and there itself, and I can remove it. If you don't want, you can keep it like this. Again, Apex, select option, right? Item label. What do you want to display on the screen? Smaller. Whenever somebody clicks on it, system will return me SMLR. It will return me, that is a return value, smaller. And that smaller will be stored in the choice. Choice will have 2 values now, GRT, SMLR. And that is what I'm writing in the class. If choice equals to GRT, call the greater program. If the choice equals to SMLR, call the smaller program. If you don't click any, and then you click on calculate, immediately the result will be 0. So greater and smaller.
టెంపుల్ ఎదురుగా కూడా ఉంది ఇంకొకటి హాస్పిటల్ ఎదురుగా ఉంది
Perfect. Now I want a command button. Apex, COMMAND, command button, right? Apex command button. Here the label is the value. I scroll down, I look for value, click here to calculate. Click here to calculate. Whenever you want to call a method, we use action keyword. Action. Action equals to exclamation, the method name. Which method is accessible? Calculate master is accessible because that's a public method. You cannot call void greater, you cannot call void smaller because they are not public. You cannot access them. So I'm calling the method, see? Finally, you have to display the result. Apex, OUT, PUT, output text, right? Label, the result is the result is, and value. This has to come from class. Exclamation, in the class there is a variable called as result, which is also GetSet. Right? Perfect. If you want, you can close it in a self-closing because we are not writing further program. Perfect. See, I will say column equals to 1, single column. Control S, have a look on the page and tell me if you have any doubts. Have a look on the page and tell me if you have any doubts. Anybody has any question in this page, anywhere?
Sir, can you just explain that command button action equal to calculation master? There was some difference at my end. I just missed that part alone. Sorry for it.
That's okay. In the Visualforce page, whenever you're calling a logic, we call using action. If you refer to the Visualforce class, we were calling action equals to -save, action equals to -delete. Now in the place of help, right, I'm calling a custom action called calculation master. And that is nothing but that's a method. Where is the method? Here is the method, calculation master. When you click the button, this method will be called. As soon as this method will call, system will check if the choice is greater, call the greater program. Immediately system will go to the greater program. It'll num1, num2, num3, because there's a get set, it is coming from the page. Here, the result will be calculated. And the result will be again sent back to the page because there is a get set. And immediately in the page, the result appears. Yes,
Thank you.
Okay, instead of going for the other program with the private greater program, why can we write the same thing in the if statement in the main method? Like you are going to a greater program separately,
yes,
right?
yes, you can write here. You can write the whole program, greater program.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, come on, why not? You can remove it and copy the whole greater program inside it. So you don't need greater program then. You can
So
do
even
anything,
if this
everything.
is a private program, if you call in you are calling the main method in that in the Visualforce page, right? So still it
Because
will.
that's a public. No, that who said it's a private?
Yes,
I
this
am
is a
calling
public, but
master.
if it is going into the greater, then it is a private one, right?
I am calling master.
Okay.
Master is a public. Master, after going inside, whoever he calls, that is his problem. I don't know whether he's calling a greater or master is self-cooking. I don't know. Inside this master is a member of this class. Anybody who is a member of this class can call anyone.
Okay.
Inside this house, anyone can call anyone. Anyone. You don't have any restriction. Anyone can call anyone. But from outside, we can call only public. So this is the public, as well as it's a private. Right? For outsider, it's public. Right? A public, when it's public, he can call anyone inside the house. When he goes inside the house, he can call anyone. Perfect. Control S on the keyboard. Now let me go ahead and see the output. I come here to Visualforce page. I click preview. See, enter first number 77. Enter second number 89. Enter third number 23. What do you want? I want greater. Calculate. Your greater number is, the result is 89. See, I click smaller. Calculate. The smaller number is 23. See, I click greater. Right. Calculate 89. Right. I load the page once again. I don't select anything. I say 89, 112, and 33. Neither I selected greater, neither I selected smaller. I click calculate. The result is 0. Else it goes to the 0. Because you didn't select it. Rupam, can I put a message there? Yeah, we will. Slowly, step by step. Please select one choice. We will display the message. We'll do that. See, earlier you designed this page. Now you see that I'm connecting your page to the logic. Logics are written in Apex. Here is the logic. All the front end are written in Visual Force or Lightning. Here is that. You have the design available. Now to this design, there is a logic working. Calculate master. You're calling the logic with the help of a button. Here's the button. You're calling it with the help of a button. Now you're able to connect the designing class to this class today, right? In a Visual Force, we have been designing. Now you in this page, you can put colors, images, you can put an external link, you can put a tab, you can put anything, right? You can put a tab, you can put a colors, you can put images, you can increase the font, you can write styles. You know how to design this page well now. I don't need to tell you because we already covered this in the Visual Force classes. That was the reason that I completed the Visual Force first and then I came here. See how smoothly it went through. Yes, everyone, all good? Everyone able to understand? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Each one of you, is
Yes,
it
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, write some homeworks. Write some homeworks. Right? Write a Visual Force page. Write a Visual Force page to calculate. Write a Visual Force page to calculate sum of n odd or even number. Sum of n odd or even number. Clear? The way I calculated, so I want a page where you have enter the number 20. Select your choice, odd or even. You have only one input. So you will say even. Immediately system should calculate 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 up to 18. I will say odd. Then system should calculate 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. Like this, it will keep on going. Clear, everyone? Yes, sir. Can you write it? Are you
Yes, sir.
confident that you can write?
Yes, sir.
Everyone in the class?
Yes, sir.
Right? The way I have written,
Yes.
right? Here you will give the same choice. In the place of greater, it will be even. In the place of small, it will be odd. Rather than 3 input, you'll have only 1 input. Enter the number. And then you have a calculate button. Same structure, guys. Everything is same. Ditto ABC. Here 3 number, there only 1 number, 20. Right? So do that. We will again meet this week. The class will be for 1 hour. Today was the first day, right? Please make sure that you join on time. Today was the first day. So please make sure that you join on time, right? On time joining is required. Perfect.
Rupam, can you please show the class just for 1 minute?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
The last.
Take a photograph. Line number 23 is done. From line number 24 onwards. And then the remaining. then the remaining. Perfect. Those who want to take the screenshot of the page, they can also take it. How to calculate odd number and even number between. There are multiple ways to do that. Break your head. Excuse me. Still start breaking your head. You can send me the program. If you see it's working, it's well and fine. If not, then one class I will write that program. So no issues on that. Right, everyone? Any question, guys? Anyone? That's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow again at the same time, right? In case I'm not able to turn up tomorrow, in case if I'm not able to turn up tomorrow, a message will be displayed. 99% I'll be available. 1% chance
Okay, sir.
that I might not be available tomorrow. So just have a look on the message. If the message says no class today, no class today, no class today, then you can log off and you can sleep. No issues at all. Right?
Yes, sir.
So that's it for today, right? Hopefully we
Yes,
will
sir.
meet tomorrow again. So till then, thank you. Have a nice and wonderful day. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.
Yes.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.